You're a legend yourself. Steel Panther. It's one of my favourite songs. My favourite song. I find a phone on the street with my favourite song. And if you know what the lyrics are, you probably wouldn't like me after it. Anyway, it's a fun song. So I'm trying to open his messages. You got to know his PIN code. Well, with a song like that, I reckon it's 6969. Incorrect PIN? What about? Alright, well, I'm just going to have to take it to the cops. 20 incorrect attempts to verify. Alright, you get 20 chances. I'll try 1, 1, 1, 1. I'll try 1, 2, 3, 4. No, okay, so we're not going to do any more. So he's allowed 20 incorrect attempts to verify biometrics. I'm not going to do that, but hey, if I don't help this guy, I'm a creep. One of his shoes, a Birkenstock. His Samsung, like me, I've got a Samsung. Now Sarah's calling, I've got to delete that one. So this guy's got Birkies, which I love. I just don't waste the money on them. Or don't think it's worthwhile investing on. He's got Samsung phone like me, and he loves Steel Panther. So you have to help that brother out. Otherwise you're being a sister. I'm only joking. But you got to help a brother out. So now on my way to work I'm going to have to drop it at the police station. Because last time I tried to find the owner, unless he calls or his friends call, this is what good people do. In case you rat bags find a phone and steal it, what other people do, like myself, is you try to find the owner. And I dropped a iPhone 12 or whatever it's called, the latest one, to the police station the other day, and they assured me that they can find the owner through the telephone companies. So anyway, well, now that we've got that sorted, because that was really funny, because I was just picking this dirty, it looks like a new thong, that's why didn't mind doing that prank about the phone. Then I actually found the phone. Okay, so had a confession. Let's just forget all that excitement of finding that phone. What do you call it? Confession. When I went to Sweden for the first time to meet my girlfriend, we're boyfriend and girlfriend through the computer. I don't know if you've ever had one of those relationships, but I did it. Done it a few times. Had crushes on girls and chat to them online and considered them my girlfriend and just written to them only and talked to them every day. And had one from Canada, had one from Sweden. But anyway, with the Swedish one, we talked on the phone. I met her on the computer, and from then on we never ever talked on the computer. Usually unless it was to say, what time can I phone you? And I spent a fortune on phone cards, and I went over to go and meet her. We actually got along, which was amazing. So imagine going over there. I didn't have much money at that time. We got over there, and what if we didn't work out? But we did for some time. I think we were together about 2 years. She'll probably pipe on one day and say we weren't ever a couple and all this stuff. We actually had to apply for a visa for Sweden, and to say that, we said we're engaged, because we were. But now she says we never were engaged. Last time I spoke to her about 3 months ago, said we were never engaged, and I said okay. It's not what the document says anyway, and the ring that you wore on your finger that I didn't pay for, but you put it on there. So anyway, the confession is not to do with that relationship. Confession is that during the time in Sweden, the first trip, she was working all day. And I said, that's okay, I'm going to play guitar in town. And I had this idea that I was going to busk in town, even though we're already quite famous band in Australia, like recording act, and we did a few shows and things. So my idea was to busk in town because I was never the guitarist for our group. I since have played on a couple of tracks guitar, but my brother was a very good guitarist, still is, he just doesn't practice much at the moment. Anyway, the confession I'm making here is that I was actually the worst official, well, not official, but I was the worst busker Sweden's ever had. I'm pretty confident. Because I had a 6-string guitar, and I shit you not, I played it till it had 1 string every time. So I'd play 5 and I'd break a string. Sorry, 6. At 6, then I'd break a string, go to 5, then go to 4, then go to 3, go to 2, then go to 1. Because you know what? I just thought I'm going to learn every sound in this guitar. And right now I'm pretty good at guitar. So it took me a while, but I started off literally wanting to learn every single sound possible out of that each string. And everyone in Sweden that's put up with it. But I always made enough money for lunch. And if I didn't, cafes nearby would give me free food, or hot dog stands or whatever. People would give me free food because they'd just say, oh, he's out there and he's funny. And then I would take the guitar and get the full new set of strings once it's done. And that would take, I would play for hours. So imagine walking past a guy with a 1-string guitar, you go, this guy's mental. And I probably was, and I don't mind being mental, but that's what I used to do. And so I was officially the worst guitarist. And the funny thing was, one of the guys, and I will do a review about it, one of the guys I met along the travels, the first guy I met that was a busker in Sweden, was a Scottish fella. And I was walking along the street and I saw him with a guitar, and I said, mate, I need busking around here, can you tune my guitar for me? So I don't know how to tune one, and I don't have a tuner. So he used to sometimes tune my guitar, and he offered to do some performances with me, which we did, a couple, and singing and Down Under and all these different songs. We'd occasionally do a couple of songs together, and he has received more views on YouTube than anyone that I've seen, any other musician, apart from like Michael Jackson, Katy Perry, that sort of people. And people say he's the true performer. So that was a guy that I got some help off originally. I ended up helping him get a job too. So we were friends somewhat, but he's got a lot of friends, so I'm hardly his best friend. But I think if he saw me today, we'd have a laugh, and he'd remember me for sure, because I'm the wild Australian that performed in town with anything from 6 strings to 1. And then I came up with an idea to have a basketball hoop where people shoot money, and that was very unsuccessful. I put like this plastic basketball hoop and said, shoot your money, into my guitar case, and no one ever shot money in there. It was very rare, like once a week someone might throw a coin at it. I thought it was going to be a really huge success, but it wasn't. So I was officially the worst busker in Swedish history, but I've since performed on the stage in Sweden, and I also used to do displays in Sweden for rugby passing. So I did get the confidence from that busking to do other things. So I performed in Kungsträdgården with the Czech Republic beer festival for the boys from Replay Band Prague. They were absolutely legends, and I think about those guys almost every other day, because they were rock. They've got the right attitude for rock music, they've got the skills, just love them. And that guitarist I was talking about, the busker that's had millions of views on YouTube, his name's, it'll come back to me, Dave. So if you write Dave Stockholm, Sweden busker, or just any busker from Stockholm, he's going to come up, because he's had millions of views. And one of the songs he used to sing was Walking in Memphis, and he used to sing those sort of songs, the real tear jerkers, and he was good at them. God, he was good. And meanwhile, there was myself, one string man singing American Woman, and sung, because I was in Sweden, I'd sing some rock set as well, and it's a lot of fun. So I don't know all the words, I just made them up and had a good time, and I've got to meet all the top artists in Sweden through other ways. They definitely wouldn't stop and congratulate me for my singing and performing there, but anyway, yeah, you got to know a bit about my past in Sweden, and that was just the 3 months I was there when I couldn't work, and then I was working, building stages for rock bands, substitute school teacher, all the cool stuff, all the cool fun jobs over there. Had a great time. Coaching rugby for Stockholm schoolboys. Got to meet the president of Swedish Rugby and have meetings with him. So I was doing such huge rugby promos with the best, Classic, the best Swedish prop forward of all time. We were like the dynamic duo, us two, and he's got other friends too. Anyway, I'll jump off this and get this phone and shoe back to the person. Thank you.